Okay, let's do this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTN Sports. As you can see, the background, this is my room for the night. I've been here in Southampton, and it's been a dreadful night in terms of the internet connection, because I had the Sky Sports app and the stream up at the same time. And for whatever bizarre reason it was, my screen froze, my laptop froze, the mouse froze. And every time I put Sky Sports apps up on my laptop, I get some sort of virus on it and seems to freeze the whole computer up, which is not good. But anyway, aside the point, let's get into things. Let's talk about Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz. First of all, congratulations to Anthony Joshua. Almost a punch perfect performance. Moved left to right, lateral movement, didn't stay in the same place too long, didn't allow Ruiz to be able to throw punches, was able to use the jab, touch him and go away, touch left, touch right. And for the most part, he boxed as how you would want him to box against a guy like Andy Ruiz. He didn't allow Andy Ruiz to set his feet to land big punches, which was fantastic and great. And again, I give Anthony Joshua all the credit in the world for that. I really didn't think he could box like that for 12 rounds, because I just felt that Andrews would jump on him, or the smart money would be Andrews would jump on him, knowing what's happened in the first fight, jump on him, don't give him any space, crowd him and land big shots. Didn't do that. That's not Joshua's problem. That's Andy Ruiz's problem. Coming to ring, I was concerned about Joshua. I was concerned the way he looked. He didn't look totally that confident at all. A lot of heavy breathing, all the rest of it. And I thought to myself, you know what? Ruiz has got to jump on this guy, but didn't do that. I mean, things Ruiz was doing when he used a double jab on Joshua, when he rocked his head back, I thought, okay, that's cool. That's great. I like that. But for the most part, Joshua, there was a time when he poked out his tongue. You know, he was smiling. He was talking to Ruiz. So he really did. He showed confidence. You know, it was good. And to come back, the way he's come back against Ruiz in that fashion is a tremendous win. Tremendous win, right? And you can't take anything away for Joshua for that. So congratulations, unified champion. And my betting at the bookies was that Joshua, I think I said it at the beginning of the commentary, Joshua by late or by points, Joshua win late or points, or why these people decide to call me when they know I'm going live? Joshua late points or Ruiz by KO. So Joshua did all he could do. He did the best. He boxed well. He's now unified champion. Now on to Andy Ruiz. I got a call from Uncle Bashir. He said, "What the hell was that?" And I'm, for the whole of this fight, until I cut off, I'm thinking to myself, well, what was that? What was that from Andy Ruiz? He followed Joshua around the ring. At no point, when he had the double jab, but he never really executed that. You know, he doubled the jab up, and then he just followed Joshua around the ring. At no point when Joshua was moving this direction did he try and throw a right hand, or when Joshua was moving to the for the left hook. You know, the only times that Joshua was able to, so it's okay, people, to come in here now and start talking. Listen, notice you guys pop up when there's a big fight, but where were you for the Ryder fight? But you weren't there for the Ryder fight, were you? So listen, like I said in the beginning of all of this, when I laid the foundation of this fight, when I laid the foundation for a prediction, I said to you all that you can, in boxing nowadays, with money and stuff being slipped on the table, you just don't know anymore. And I laid that down for the Canelo fight with the Canelo Kovalev fight. I laid that down again with the Ryder fight. Again, another fight here. Ricky Burns and what's this guy's name he fought the other day? Lee Selby. You just don't know what is what. of course, Joshua is the face and Joshua is the man. He's the guy that, he's the golden boy. So Ruiz's performance was terrible. It really was. It was dreadful. Um, he just didn't seem to be able to get anything going. So I kind of think to myself, okay. I look at this and think, okay, so where's your urgency? You fight, you're taking punches, you're not showing any urgency. The times that you're getting the closer range down. And then when there was that danger zone, the position where, Joshua was getting too close, that's where Ruiz was able to explode. And he didn't do that much. So I was kind of confused. What are you doing here? You're not moving yourself around like heavyweight champion of the world. Some people, when they become heavyweight champion of the world, they become a better fighter. And some people just get engulfed with it and they can't handle it and they can't deal with it. And they're a better challenger than they were a champion, right? Evander Holyfield was one that he felt he was better as a heavyweight. It was better. He was a better long-reigning world champion as a heavyweight. He was a better challenger than he was a champion. Ruiz maybe just one of these guys who's very good fighting as the underdog. It might be that. We just don't know. What we do know is that Joshua's come back from a real situation and has come back and he's done very, very well. Very well. I like what Joshua did. And there's one person saying now, I didn't like what Ruiz did. Look, let me be honest with you. If Ruiz had come out there and was throwing bombs from first round and he was really going after Joshua, and Joshua boxed that same way, maybe miss, maybe pay, and all that stuff, I said, wow, great. But the disappointing thing about all that boxing display tonight from Joshua, it leaves more questions than answers. You think to yourself, was that the best Andy Ruiz we saw tonight? As a guy who's been boxing since he was 8 years old, now can't close the range off. Is this the same Andy Ruiz? I'm looking at Andy Ruiz and thinking, okay, so at some point, AJ, if I hold that fight, his left hand was down low here. At no point in time did Andy Ruiz step in and throw and crack a right hand over the top. At no point in time when Joshua was moving from left to right, did Andy Ruiz even try to throw the hooks from one end to the other. He allowed Joshua to get out of a corner here and here all the time. And even when Joshua was down like this, he was boxing, he had his hand here and he had the hand down here, like that boxing. All here was open to be chucked the overhand right from round one. At no point did Ruiz go for that. Ruiz never went for any of the openings. Instead, he allowed Joshua to bounce and box and move around the ring, and he couldn't do anything about it. He couldn't seem to do anything about it. I don't know. And even when he did hit Joshua, he didn't really have that effect on him. So you're sitting there thinking, so how the hell did that first fight happen? What the hell happened in that first fight? And how comes you're not able to jump on Joshua? I mean, Joshua had no right whatsoever coming into this rematch to be confident, having been blown and knocked around the ring 4 times and beaten up by Andy Ruiz in the first fight. No way to have the confidence. So for the first round, when the bell went bing, I was expecting Ruiz to jump on Joshua. He didn't do that. At no point did you, and you think logically, this is the guy that I've knocked out before. I can knock this guy again, even quicker. Step to him, don't give him space, put it on him. But we didn't see that. We didn't see that from Andy Ruiz. And that's the only way Andy Ruiz can win that fight, by getting close, mid to close range, and landing bombs. Didn't do that. So I'm like, what are we watching? Let's go back here. Yes, Baylor. No more than 3 punches at a time. Congrats to AJ. Ruiz could have done more, but big up Joshua. Perfect game plan. Yes, he did well. He did do well. He kept dropping his left hand mid fight, and that wasn't much of an issue. This fight, his footwork was better. This fight of maintaining distance. Great prediction, bro. LOL. Nah, playing. AJ surprised us all. He did. We took the. Let's see what's going here. Let's close this up. I can't see. I've got to get this closer. I've got to get the look at this. Let me see, because some of these words are pushes up a little. Right, let's try that. We took the P before, but fair play to AJ tonight. Nullified Ruiz. But was that really Ruiz? You see, you're asking the question yourself there. You know what Ruiz reminded me of? Ruiz reminded me, you know, when you get a guy in the gym that's new to boxing, and you've got an experienced champion or experienced pro or amateur in the gym, what the trainer says is, have a move around with him. Don't throw any heavy punches at him. Just have a move around. And it looked like Andrews was just proper in sparring mode. Follow the guy around the ring. Don't land too much heavy punches. You know, don't put too much of an effort in. Don't try and knock Joshua out. Just go to points. That's what it seemed to me, because he didn't seem to have any second or third gear. And he threw nothing. Clearly, the fame and belts got to his head, and it showed. Yes, Ryder robbed. Ricky Burns robbed. 12-round business deal. Yeah, it wasn't what Joshua did. It was what Ruiz didn't. I agree with you there. Ruiz threw the fight. No excuses not to train for a fight. There we go. There's one person that he's thrown the fight. Joshua used his natural attributes as he should If you've got the longer reach and the faster feet, why not let man get to range? I agree with you there, Bob. Totally agree with you, Bob Weaver. Totally agree with you. As I said, Joshua did what he was meant to do. And that I've got no problems with, because that's what he should have done in the first fight. I got no problems with that. Ruiz could have got complacent, came in heavier, and thought he was able to hurt AJ whenever he wanted. Yeah. Now, it says here, he was too happy in defeat. That bloke on the training room. Yeah, remember that bloke on the train? Remember him on the train? The ominous thing he said, we'll win the titles back. Oh dear. Ruiz threw in the first fight on 3 weeks' notice. What happened here? That's another thing. How can you be worse in a second fight when you've got more time to prepare? It's a bit of a head scratch. AJ was constantly on the move, didn't let Ruiz set his feet. Yeah, but he did that in the first fight. He was on the move for the 2 rounds. Remember that? Glad I never paid for it. Streamed, lagged all night though. I paid for it and it froze on me. Literally froze about 3 times on me, the stream. And I think it put a virus on my system as well. So I'll be having words with Sky Sports about that. I just wish. Let's go down here. Very suspect fight. Ruiz did nothing. Probably didn't train. Boxing could be all fixed. Where we go again? I mean, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth when you're thinking to yourself, yeah, Joshua did well, but did this guy throw the fight? When you're sitting down feeling so dissatisfied with yourself, like I said, if Ruiz had gone there and really said, right, hold it tonight, if he'd really gone out there and really let his punches go and got knocked out, fair play, fine. Or if Ruiz had gone out there and really went for Joshua, fine. But this following him around the ring, trying to get autographs with him from round 1 to round 12, or almost from round 3, where he doubled up a jab, he snapped Joshua's head back and thought, good, that's nice, get closer. And then after he snapped Joshua's head back, it was like, okay, no more of that now. Just follow him around the ring. I don't understand that. I don't get that. You know, don't get it. Don't get it. Don't understand it. Ruiz was a disappointment. Got too fat, so couldn't do anything against AJ's obvious game plan. When it don't make sense. AJ's lost all that weight and you decide it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. AJ won the fight, but didn't beat the man he was fighting against. Ruiz defeated himself. This is what I'm talking about here. This is very bad for boxing. AJ ain't gonna win, ain't gonna fight Wilder ever, and they think we can want to see that trash a third time. For me, AJ's number one again. His resume is unparalleled. If either Fury or Wilder has fought Joshua's opponents, they'd both have at least one loss. Okay, says Ben Lowe. Fix in for trilogy. I won't be watching that trash. Wow. Did you score? How did you score Sasha Hunter? Well, according to Bashir, he thinks that Hunter should have been scored for the knockdown. So we'll see. AJ put in hard work in camp and Ruiz didn't. Usyk next for AJ, or will AJ be stripped? I think he wants to fight Usyk. That's what I heard was going to happen. Ironically, Buster Douglas came in 15 pounds heavy against Holyfield. Yes, he was a lot faster than the first, though. I have to admit, he never moved so fast, and he used his height. AJ had a history of gassing late on in fights. Maybe Ruiz was banking on that, but left it too late. What would be of the heavyweight division now? I don't know. Yeah, ropes definitely held Hunter up. Do you think he deserves the third match? I guess AJ was able to had the opportunity to correct his mistakes in the second fight. So there should be a third fight to rubber match. Third fight, Ruiz Joshua 3. I think there should be. Joshua had EPO in his ass. It was so obvious. I'm sorry, but that did nothing to enhance. Yeah. What EPO in his ass is so obvious. What does EPO mean? Can you break that down for me? Masons protect Masons. Remember that. Yes. I was hoping he didn't mention that. Where are the AJ ship jumpers now? Gone from Ruiz back to AJ. Well, I'm not ship jumping nowhere. I'm not ship jumping anywhere because he's still flawed. He still has the left hand down dangling here. He's still way open for the right hand over the top. And he still looks uncomfortable when somebody gets close to him. Ruiz just did not execute the way he should have executed. Even if you look at Ruiz when he was on the bags, he was working at the bags, he was chucking overhand right in the bags when he was training. When he's doing the workout, he was chucking the right hand over the top. He was moving across and moving the right hand. None of that stuff that he was doing on the pads or on the bag or on the heavy bag, you just seem to do in the ring. Head scratch. A fighter that's never been known for fitness suddenly dances better than Fury. Then they've had lots of drugs in Joshua's system this fight. No way was that natural. No way. EPO is a fitness drug. A lot of people are saying Ruiz would kill Usyk, but after tonight, Usyk would dance rings around him. We will not let Joshua lose. Masons protect Masons. Masons look after Masons. Masons look after Masons. No way will he lose. Ruiz's chin is unreal. Now Joshua to lose the first fight. Notice Ruiz caught him a couple of times on temple or around the side of the head, and AJ never flinched. I did notice that. Such a negative performance by Joshua. Glad I didn't pay £25 for that. Seemed like Ruiz was aiming for ear temple shots at times. Ruiz aimed at the bank balance. Manny in the corner was just as bad. What was more disappointing? This rematch of Game of Thrones before the crisis. I've got to sit down and watch my CWs. Heard that there was no drug testing for this fight. Oh boy. You see what I mean? People smash the like button, by the way. You're in the room, smash the like button, use the super chat, use the super stickers, smash the like button. By the way, thank you to both Eugene earlier on for your blessings. And also, I want to thank, who else? Massive thanks to, where is it again? Who sent me? Let's go to PayPal. Second. Got to give shouts to people. Is it PayPal again? Okay, so let's go this again. Hamza. Thank you, Hamza, for the payment or the money via the donation. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Really do appreciate your donation. And I guess, Eugene, thank you for your donation as well. Can't wait for the documentary Ruiz to Robles. Not enough hooks in it. I noticed Joshua's head dropped back when he got hit flush, despite last time. Heavy EPOs. Okay. Nah, there was testing for this fight, wasn't there? Joshua turned up late. He was at the embassy before fight, had 2 MG Dalibos, something EPOs in the back just before. Masons never let Masons lose, ever. Easy work for Joshua. Almost a mismatch this time. Yes, Joshua never let Ruiz get close. It's as simple as that. Don't get me wrong, as he never completely schooled Ruiz, but he won as he should. Yeah, boxed him at distance. It was dominant, but tentative. Yes, it was almost Klitschko-like. Only fight I've ever seen lose a face-off, lose the gloves off, and win a fight night. Yeah, I gotta say, that's true. I'm sorry, but that fight did not do anything to enhance AJ's reputation. People know it while there's number one. AJ ran like a welterweight. His days are numbered. The lack of gassing points to juice. Another said, yeah, it was, but that was down to Ruiz doing nothing. First I've heard of all of this drug talk. Any truth in it? Nobody knows. It was in Saudi Arabia, so anything's possible in Saudi Arabia. No fighter I've seen win and look the more confused of the two. EPO and steroids. Thoughts on the dude on the train you saw said AJ would win? Man. He said Joshua will win. Oh, what can you say about that? There's not much you can say about that. There's not much more you can say about that, but he was right. I mean, he was right. It was ominous, like I told you. It was ominous when he told me that. Nonsense. Andy just got close. Joshua's fitness was artificial. Interesting. Lots of people must feel bad for picking Ruiz in Mayweather gym. There was a heavy drug usage. My family know people in British Masonry. You know, on the train, your guy on the train alluded to it. No way he was losing tonight. Interesting. Would have liked to see the uppercut from AJ, more like Lennox used on people coming in. Ingram, what would Jim Watt be saying, pal? This is reckless from Ruiz. Absolutely reckless boxing from Ruiz. I mean, where's the punches? Where's the punches from Ruiz? This is the heavyweight champion of the world. This is reckless from Ruiz. Reckless boxing. I mean, what was he doing? What would Lennox say about it? You got to give it to Joshua. You know, he put on a great performance tonight. You know, he used the jab, he boxed, he kept Ruiz at range. You know, and it makes up for a good, a third fight. Joshua used the jab well. You almost look like me. You know, he boxed. He boxed the instructions. And I think Joshua's come of age. And Joshua probably thinking, in it, no hooks this time, in it. I didn't get caught with hooks this time. You know what I mean? You have to bow before me now, because I'll box up that boy, innit? You know what I mean? Come up like a champion mentality. That's what it's about. Where with the power after the first fight? No chance. Ruiz let himself down. AJ ran him the whole fight. AJ looked like he was having a heart attack when he was in the ring. Did you catch the White fight? No, I didn't. White looked terrible tonight, but I don't think he was fully sharp for the fight. Does Heyman and DAZN have a secret deal behind the scenes for AJ Wilder super fight? You do wonder, don't you? First fight I've ever seen look nervous on the way to ring, then seemingly struggled to get on one rope, then dominate the fight. This is the first week. Suddenly he had stamina in this bout. I don't know. It all seems strange, doesn't it? It does. But you know what? Because if I go down this route, people are going to come and say to me, you're a sore loser because you were slagging Joshua off. All right? But some of the things he was doing there tonight, again, the question is, was Ruiz that bad? Or Joshua that good? Or is it more to it than that? That the fight had to be in Saudi Arabia and not in America? Drug tested in America. That's why they didn't want the rematch there in America. I don't know. I just don't know. Good impression. Thank you. Wack was putting it on White. LOL. Hunter looked sloppy. Started off well, but should have cared for Povetkin. Well, I talked to Bashir, and he thinks that Hunter came in too heavy for the fight. He says he needs to come in about 218. Too much weight on Hunter. AJ looked like he was having an heart attack on the way to ring. Then very light on his feet for 12 rounds. Bizarre. Interesting. White looked like a fat tub of goo. Well, Christopher Eubank is fighting for a real world title tonight. Yep, he's fighting against my boy, Matt Korobov. It's for the WA middleweight title, yes. White never actually usually looks good in fights, but this was his ugliest by far, I think. AJ never ran effectively versus Nistor. He followed his career. That fitness made Usyk look unfit, freaky fit stuff. Ingram, Joshua this time did not hook with a hooker. Oh, I would disagree with you there, because there was an element there where he was going to get caught with the same punch again. It was in that sequence there, but for whatever reason, Ruiz did not throw a trigger. He did not throw punches. He didn't want to throw punches. It's one of three things here for Ruiz. He wouldn't, he couldn't, and he shouldn't. Let's go for number one. He wouldn't throw punches. Was an off night. He couldn't. He couldn't beat Joshua. Wasn't in the script to beat Joshua. He shouldn't. In no way, shape, or form should you knock Joshua out again tonight. Let the fight go to points, but do not knock Joshua out. It's one of those three. Couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't. Ultimately, Joshua wins. I think the draw was a perfect result for Povetkin and Hunter. Both of them were knocked down, but classed as slips, and both looked sloppy and gassed. I've never seen Joshua smiling, laughing, dance on his back foot, and never gassing. Never thought that he'd do that, Vlad. It wasn't in locker until last night. Shashi is still dangerous fighters. He's made some nice adjustments in there. Looking forward to Eubank fight. I am. When are you unretiring Lennox? You know, if they give me 50 million, you know what? 100 million. I'll box Joshua for 100 million. That'll whet my appetite, and if Ridiculous Bo wants it, Ridiculous Bo can get it as well. That boy talking about 52 coming back to box, man, get out of here with that stuff, man. But if Ridiculous Bo wants it, he knows where to find me. Joshua smiled like a guy who knew he couldn't tie. He didn't doubt his own fitness despite all the pressure, and that was a red flag for me. EPO. AJ was hooking off the jab well. What happened to drug testing in Saudi? Also, did you notice in the first press conference, the week as soon as it ended, the Saudi prince went immediately up to AJ showing his alliance. They made Andrew gain weight, paid him off, drugged Joshua. No way was he using tonight. Most likely not scripted. Have to give credit. So Joshua is now a drug-fueled Mason just because he won. He won. Live with it. The bigger man used good tactics and utilized his reach well enough. Thus, the small man couldn't get inside. Yep, I agree with that, Bob Weaver. But the thing is, and this is the thing that's bugging people, Ruiz didn't make an effort. Couldn't have said fight was fixed to set up a rematch, and then would mean Ruiz was never any good anyway. And I think that's bull. Okay, look at Ruiz when he fought Joseph Parker the first fight. Parker was, and he's got faster hands and better feet than Joshua. And Ruiz was there to ping him. So I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. AJ would beat Usyk. I'm not impressed with Usyk at heavyweight against Wilder. AJ, Fury or AJ. Haha, you've mastered the English. Beat Usyk. I'm not impressed with Usyk at heavyweight against Wilder, AJ, Fury or AJ. Haha, you've mastered the English, Jamaican, Canadian accent. Yes. You know, bring on Holyfield. Joshua still looked ragged when Andy hit him. He was bending all over the place. Reason he boxed so beautifully, exclusive of the back foot, unlike him, was the drugs. Oh boy. Tony Belly was shouting instructions in the corner. Usyk is too good to give anyone problems, past or present. I wouldn't rule him out against anyone. Ruiz didn't throw. When he did, it was slow. Never saw him put over 4 punches together. Plus, he was 2 stones heavier. You all said Joshua has no back foot, and then he fights exclusive off it in 6 months. That's the thing. But we just don't know how good that back foot game is because Ruiz didn't put no pressure on him. So we're back round the circle again. I just say, give the man his credit. He won back the titles, and that's that. Listen, they built an arena for this fight. They built an arena for the fight. I don't know. Who are you backing for the third fight, Ruiz or Joshua, if they fight again? I watch boxing not as much as BWTM, but that freaked me out. Then there's a guy on the train. No way Joshua had that fitness. No way. No way Joshua had that fitness. No way. I've seen him versus Takam and Nistor. AJ shown glimpses of back foot game versus Sasha and Parker. Now, come behave yourself, man. Come on, behave yourself. Elements. Listen, this fight, he focused for it and it was able to do it for 12 rounds. Listen to me. That's a dramatic difference in Joshua's whole setup. I'd like to see this fight, the third fight in New York. That's what I think. I think Joshua's got to fight this fight in New York. Really risk anything. It's a simple fact. That's a fact that lost in the fight. Simple. Yeah, he just didn't fight. Are you joking? Back foot game versus Parker. He never showed back foot game. All we joke every week about him as now how he has none. Then he boxed superbly off back foot in a few months, following 4 knockdowns. EPO. How does EPO work, mate? Can you tell me how EPO works? Please let me know how EPO works. I want to know more about this EPO stuff. Definitely want to know more about it. What I will say is this. You know what? I think EPO boosts cardio. EPO gives you more stamina you inject. Stamina goes way up. Cyclists take it. Okay. Who's to know? Who is really to know? But it's just the only thing for me is, and I'll say it again for the last time, Joshua boxed very well. Ruiz didn't capitalize on the openings that were there. And he didn't box with any ambition and any passion. Did he eat himself out of the title? Was he told under no circumstances are you winning this fight tonight? Look, your breathing and muscles work differently not to get tired. Okay. AJ has a solid base. Miller, Joshua, and Hearn are to know, and the masonry working for DAZN. But you're being very fair to Joshua. I'm trying to be fair to Joshua because a lot of people will say that I hate on Joshua, and I don't hate on him. I'm just critical when I see weaknesses in a fighter, and BS is basically wiped over it and just ignore it. I'm not going to do that, right? So And tonight I'm critical of Ruiz because he didn't do what was required of him. He didn't. If you look at the 12th round, Ruiz in the 12th round, did he look like a fighter that was tired? Did he look like a fighter that was gassing? Did he look like a guy who was breathing out his mouth? And no point in time did Ruiz look like he's breathing out his mouth. And it didn't look like that. For all the talk of people saying, oh, he's too heavy. At what point in that fight did you see Ruiz go, you didn't. You really didn't see it. And in the 12th round, you felt like he was trying to do something. He seemed like he had energy and came alive in the 12th round. So it starts something you think, all right, buddy. So why couldn't you have injected the energy in rounds 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Why do you start injecting this energy in the 12th round? It doesn't make sense. None of it doesn't compute. Preserve gas tank. Well, AJ Stamina was there because he dictated the pace. Yes, they will be saying if Joshua puts on that boxing performance like he did against Ruiz, he'll beat Fury. Oh, Lord. Oh. AJ didn't underestimate Ruiz's chin or punch power this time. He didn't allow him to stay in range, and he didn't overcommit with combos. That's not true because he did overcommit, and he almost got chinned a few times from it as well. Nullified Ruiz completely. George Michael, it was a low output fight. Of course, he wouldn't test on Joshua stamina. He fought the same low pace 12 round against Parker. Ruiz made down a comparison. He made it after the first fight. Was the desire there from Andy? Good question, GB Boxing. AJ movement was pretty good. Yes, it was. I'll give full credit to AJ, regardless of my conspiracy. I have me thinking he did show glimpses today for the first 2 rounds of the first fight, and having that height reach advantage helped. Moved back in straight lines less, so Ruiz couldn't set feet and gain momentum with combos. But the thing is, Ruiz has got so much experience to like a rank amateur. I don't get it. It don't make sense to me. Everyone was waiting for Ruiz to throw and go trying. It was a boring fight. You know what? Let me see if I can get somebody in the room who knows about heavyweight boxing. Let me see if I can get Stacey McKinley in the room. You'd love that, wouldn't you, if I could get Stacey in the room? If I can get Stacey in the room, maybe he'll tell us what's going on. Let's see if I can get Stacey McKinney, the former trainer of Mike Tyson. Let's see if we can get him on the line. Probably not. He's probably looking forward to the boxing tonight. I'm working, see if we can get something else in the room for this. It'd be nice. Let's see what we can do here. Never mind. All right, we're trying. No, Bashir's out. Bashir rang me earlier, so I can't get Bash. Bash will be on tomorrow, so we'll be able to do a post fight with him. And let's see what people say now. Everyone was waiting for Ruiz to throw or go trying. It was a boring fight. It was. To be honest, AJ was doing well until the first knockdown of the first fight. So could have been AJ boxing perfect. Who knows? Anything with AJ and Canelo, Golden Gooses involved are suspect. Argentina. Ruiz only came alive in the 12th because he knew he was losing on points. AJ had an excellent game plan and it paid off. Ruiz underestimated him. Maybe. But the 12th round, you realize that you're behind on points after getting your head jabbed off for the last 10 or 11 rounds? Nah, come on, man. Ruiz is more experienced than that. Call Bashir. Bashir would be more insightful. How would you see Hunter Herkovich going? I don't know yet. I'd like to see Hunter lose some weight. Ingram, watch the first press conference this week. As soon as it finished, the Saudi prince went straight to AJ and shook his hand, even though Ruiz was sitting right next to him. I don't think Ruiz will be heavyweight champion again. He's fully content with all the money and tacos. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. It's just a shame. Real damn shame. You know, so, all right. I think that's it for me. It's not much more I can say tonight to you lot. But AJ is once again heavyweight champion of the world. You know, you all have to bow before me now. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You all have to bow before him. Review the card. I can't review the card because I didn't see Dillian White's fight. I didn't see Herkovic. I saw bits of the Hunter fight. If Usyk gets getting right hands from Chaz Witherspoon's and Tony fucking Bellew, then Wilder and AJ will starch him. Ask yourself, would Fury have kept Andy off better than that? No drugs. Bellew was shouting. I know you told me Bell was shouting stuff in the corner. So I'm going to leave it as that for now. Yeah, I think I'm so pissed at them. I'm just going to play some Football Manager, I think, until play some Football Manager until Eubank fights. Let's do that. All right, I'll see you all later. You call them the Showtime fights. The champ returns. Oh, boy. You know what's going to happen now? We're getting the floodgates. Oh, you didn't predict the fight right. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you're going to get that now from me. You know, and you know the ones who are coming. People you've never heard of before jumping in the room. But you know what? Again, congratulations to AJ, the unified heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, let's do an FM. Let's do FM until the Showtime comes up. All right, so let's do an FM. I'll go to FM now and load that up. Hopefully, stream a hole for that. I'm out. See you on the other side. All hail King Femi. Joshua, I bow before you, and I do apologize for getting it so wrong about you, even if it was in Saudi Arabia. Thank you, and good night.